Hey people, CzarThwomp here, and welcome to episode 26 of Dual Destinies. Last time, we finished up the first day of investigating, during which we found out that there was a bloody coin at the aquarium, which then allowed for us to take the case to court, and now we are doing the first day of trials, in which Blackwell is the prosecutor. So let's go. Orla's really pouring on the charm, huh? She is far from cute. She is a violent, reckless animal. She is not a bird. Seriously, birds are the epitome of animal kind. That's right, the name's Bobby Wright, and I'll take over the explaining from here. Now, if I could direct your attention to this diagram of the crime scene. Following the report of an orca attack, we, the police, raced on over to Ship-Shape Aquarium. There we found a guest who says she saw the orca and the victim from the visitor's corridor. As the witness was watching, the orca suddenly went crazy and attacked the victim. The orca was the only one there, therefore no one else could commit the crime. It's not quite first finished, but I have a portion of the autopsy report here. I can't imagine the terror of being attacked underwater by such a large creature. But attack it did. Prepare yourself for the grisly details, your baldness. The prosecution moves to introduce our witness, Wright. You got it, Prosecutor Blackwell. In justice we trust. One brave lady whose fine sense of justice compelled her to speak, coming right up. How dare you make me wait? Don't you know I'm a busy woman? I could have written an entire book for all the time I spent in that lobby. Prosecutor Blackwell? Well? I am Norman DePlume, and I am a non-fiction writer. Am I the only one who isn't telepathic here? Looks like she can read into people's words just as well as I can read into people's hearts. Not everything needs to be a competition, Athena. What? Norma DePlume? The great non-fiction writer Miss Norma DePlume herself? I've read all of your works and enjoyed them immensely. Your million seller, The Great Grief of the Great Thief, is one of my favorites. During which the Yagarasu was hit by a rock and then taken in by the police. No, you can't take me in! Help! Mr. Edgeworth! Kay, I warned you about breaking into the treasury! You tried to break into the treasury, you tried to break into the governor's office, so darn it, I have to take you in! It's either this or we deal with Clavia's father! You can't just try to rob the governor, Kay! He's the one who pays my bill, who sets my salary! Oh, are you a fan, Yana? I could give you my autograph if you like. Wait a second. I could swear you looked much different in the photos in your book. Well, I use ones from 10 years ago in my books so the paparazzi won't harass me. The judge seems so shocked. The visual disconnect must really be doing a number on his honor's head. Could we get started, please? If I find you to be lacking as a judge, you will see your debut in my books. I will Iris Wilson your ass. You know Tobias Gregson. I will do to you what Iris did to him. Such harsh comments. You really must be the real Norma DePlume. Who knew Mr. DePlume was so famous? Enough jabbering. Tell the court what you saw and keep it brief. I would thank you not to order me around. I am perfectly willing to tell everyone what I witnessed. It was the moment of the murder. Very well then, please proceed with your testimony. The moment of the murder. I went to Ship-Shape Aquarium to see the killer whale. As I was watching the killer whale from the visitor's corridor, it suddenly went crazy. I saw the killer whale bite the victim to death with his huge mouth and deadly teeth. Attempting to remain calm, I reported the incident to the police immediately. That adorable defendant really did all that? It must be much more vicious than it looks. Now deliver your judgment so I may carry out the sentence.
Objection!
The defense would like to do some defending first, if that's alright. Must you drag this out with your tomfoolery?
Hold it!
The defense always has the right to cross-examine the witness, you know. A fellow inmate told me just this morning, if you want something signed, all you need is the document and a witness. Let me guess, they were convicted for contract fraud, right? All we need in this case is the evidence and a witness to convict. It's as simple as that. Looks like I guessed right. Sorry, but as Miss Sykes said, the defense has every right to cross-examine. Isn't that correct, Your Honor?
Yes, of course. You may proceed with your cross-examination, Mr. Wright.
I shall relish the sight of you thrashing around in vain. The moment of the murder. Yeah, basically the statement we gotta do, that we have to address is the whole, oh, the victim was bitten to death. And then present the autopsy report. But let's just do our typical pressing. Why do you want to see the orca? Well, it is the feature attraction of the aquarium after all. Humph! Why waste energy on such tripe? There is but one attraction in Ship-Shape Aquarium that is worth anyone's time. The majestic penguin! And that is the penguins. Isn't that right, Taco, my friend? Alrighty then, I guess Prosecute Blackwell is for the birds. Yes, I should jot that down. Note to self, Prosecute Blackwell is on Team Rifle. Just getting an achievement for that. Talk about the birds.
And so you went to see the orca in its tank?
Yes, that's right. Come on, come on. The orca suddenly went crazy, did she? Yes, it took a look at me, and then, all at once, it started going berserk. Did you do anything to make her angry? I did nothing more than simply glare at it from the visitor's corridor. She glared at Orla, and that's what caused her to go berserk?
Objection!
The reason the defendant went mad is not the issue here. Only what she did once she entered that state. In any case, the killer whale began behaving wildly in front of my very eyes, and then...
Hold it!
So you're saying you saw the very moment of the victim's death? That's exactly what I'm saying. Oh, it was simply dreadful. It was as frightening as losing one's manuscript just before a deadline. I suppose for a writer, that would be pretty terrifying. I witnessed the killer whale's horrific act, and I knew I had to do something, so...
Hold it!
Why were the police the first ones you contacted? I was afraid if I told the aquarium staff, they might try to cover it up. Of course, I immediately told the aquarium security after my call to the police. I believe I deserve praise for my swift decision-making skills under pressure. Mr. Bloom is the most assertive witness I've ever seen. We'd better do our best to look like Bigshot lawyers if we want to match our intensity. Mr. Bloom, I praise your swift decision-making skills under pressure. That was more kiss-up than Bigshot. Yeah, just cue the Bigshot meme.
I suppose it was unrealistic to expect a big shot from Mr. Wright.
Humph. How fitting for a small fry to praise a big shot. How about cutting this small fry some slack, you big meanies? The important thing here is, did she really see the moment of the murder? You're ready to go, aren't you, Mr. Wright? I see in your eyes and in your heart. I guess I really am a lawyer at heart. Okay, I don't know why I'm feeling oddly dizzy. Okay, I'm good now. It was really weird. I was just getting really dizzy. Fish. The love-filled fish.
Objection!
It would seem that you are mistaken, Mr. DePlume. I beg your pardon. The autopsy report does indeed say death thought to be the result of an orca attack. But the actual cause of death is contusion from head trauma, not being bitten. What? But I'm sure the victim was bitten. I don't believe that can be true. The security footage doesn't show anything of the kind.
Objection!
Just as I suspected. I knew you would peek at the footage behind Fulbright's back. Well, what did you expect when he wouldn't play nice and share? But unfortunately for you, the footage you saw was only one small part. Huh? Yesterday, after I decided to take this case to trial, I re-reviewed all of the evidence. And I regret every moment of it. Taka, the evidence I gave you for safekeeping. Guess that hawk is higher up on the pecking order than Fulbright in Blackwell's book.
Very well. Let's view this footage. What's this? The orca is biting the victim.
No way!
I have to say that this appears to be very damning evidence.
No! I can't believe Orla really bit him. And there's more. Look at this. That outfit is absolutely atrocious. This photograph was taken while the body was being examined.
There seems to be a strange bruise on the victim's right wrist.
I'll have the crime lab examine the bruise and calculate its relevance to the case at hand. What's important right now is evidence that points to the orca as the killer. Look at the left side of the body. See the orca's tooth marks in the victim's clothes?
Yes, they do appear to suggest that she did, in fact, bite the victim.
I told you so. And then the killer whale swam up towards the surface with the victim in its mouth.
Objection!
However, in the autopsy report, the cause of death is contusion from head trauma.
Objection!
You are much too impetuous, right, Dono? Granted, the orca's biting the victim was not the cause of death. The witness was mistaken about that.
Then what explanation is there for what the witness saw?
Did I not say in the beginning? The orca toyed with the victim mercilessly.
My goodness!
After killing the victim, the defendant swam around with his dead body in her mouth. Now, this is why you always focus on the penguins. The penguins would never do that. They are calm angels of the sea. Just like any other predator toying with its prey. Mr. Wright, the hearts of the people in the gallery are suddenly filled with fear. Fear of Orla.
So the defendant bit the victim after she had killed him. But if that's the case, then we must still figure out how the defendant killed the victim. Prosecutor Blackwell, do you have a sound theory to give to this court?
I wouldn't be standing here if I couldn't prove whether the orca's heart was black or white. But Orla is black and white, just like you, Simon. Her body, I mean, just like you. Athena, please try not to provoke Prosecutor Blackwell. This witness also observed the actual moment of the murder. Think backward, mistress. Think back to what you observed before the orca bit the victim. Ah, I see what you're driving at. So that was the true moment of the murder, was it? Now, explain it in a way that even these simpletons can understand. There you go again, ordering me around. Stop at this instant. But whatever, I don't mind telling my story. I saw the killer whale before it toyed with the body as well. I saw it the moment it killed the victim by headbutting him. Orla killed the victim by headbutting him? That's right, it ran the victim over and over again. Recall what the autopsy report said that there were bruises all over his body. Recall how persistent the defendant can be when she's attacking her prey. And we all just saw the killer whale headbutting the victim in the footage, don't forget. That footage backs up Mr. Plume's testimony. But there's also something very important it does not show. Now do you see what a menace this killer whale is?
Objection!
I'm sorry, but I can't allow your testimony to stand unchallenged. Looking at this footage, the orca certainly seems to be headbutting something. But you'll note that this something is not the victim. Oh! Whoa! I want to look away, but I can't. It's like a car crash. It shall haunt my nightmares. Even if it was the victim, you couldn't have seen him from where you were, could you? What? Oh, well, I suppose not. Mr. Bloom, did you actually witness the victim getting headbutted by the defendant? Let's see. Oh, I remember now. As I recall, a rock in the shape of a skull was obstructing my view.
So are you admitting that you couldn't see the victim?
Yes, I suppose I am. However, immediately after the headbutting, the victim came floating up. He came up from behind the skull-shaped rock, and his body was all limp. What else could I think except the killer whale was headbutting the victim?
Objection!
But if you didn't actually see the moment of the attack itself, then it's pure conjecture.
Objection!
Must I do everything around here? How dare you speak so rudely to me? There's no need for hysterics. Clear your mind and recall how you reached your conclusion. Though you couldn't see what the orca was attacking, you didn't need to, did you? Because you knew she was behaving exactly as she had only 1 year prior. Oh! 1 year ago? That's right. Yes, that's it. That's how I knew the killer whale was headbutting the victim. I'm sorry, but could someone explain exactly what happened a year ago? If you must know, a very similar incident occurred only last year in which the defendant murdered her trainer.
What? The orca murdered her trainer, you say?
What? Is this really true? This is not looking good for us. It's all in this book.
That book, The Killer Whale. That's Mr. Plume's latest work. I was just thinking of picking that up.
Last year, the defendant killed her trainer in the middle of a show. And for some reason, the only words that we can see in this book are, a killer of a whale. The orca headbutted and bit the victim. The same thing she's accused of in this case. Yeah, I'm not reading this text. No! Now everybody's even more convinced that Orla did it! What? We were doing so well, but now everyone in the room has a bad impression of Orla. I don't want to think she did it. But it's hard to keep on believing in somebody who can't even tell me her side. And then meanwhile, just the real reason why Simon's doing this case. He wants to see Orla get sent to jail. He wants to help out the inmates by giving them some form of entertainment. By having the killer whale as basically a show. Phoenix, Athena, you gotta believe in Orla. There's no way she killed anybody. You gotta save her. Please, I'm begging you. Sasha, what am I doing doubting my client like this? This is the time to be strong. I highly doubt that when Mia gave you that advice, Phoenix, she had a whale in mind. I believe in Orla, and I'm ready to fight for our clients. Yeah, now I can imagine just Mia getting channeled for this case. Okay, Phoenix, Phoenix? Is the defendant in this case a whale? Yes, it is, Chief. I'm out. I'll take everybody in this courtroom on if I have to. Don't you worry, Sasha. We won't give up on Orla. We'll defend her to the very end. Thank you, both of you. We are Orla's lawyers. Who else but us can save her? We can't give up on her now. For an instant there, you were afraid of the orca, weren't you, Wright, Dono? When you saw the photograph of the victim a year ago, you turned paler than me. And I haven't seen the sun in a year. Actually, technically, I've never seen the sun. For you see, sunlight is the greatest enemy of the otaku. We burst into flames like a vampire if we touch the sun. He saw right through me. It's obvious you have neither the guts nor the determination to defend the orca. It's true that Orla can't speak, and I don't know her thoughts. But there's a certain someone who believes in Orla with all her heart. I respect the trust she has in Orla, so I'm willing to believe in Orla too. And what do you know about orcas? Nothing, that's what. So allow me to fill you in. Do you have any idea why orcas are also called killer whales? because they are cunning and merciless predators that hunt and kill even true whales.
So killer whales really are killers? What terrifying creatures indeed.
I can't bear to hear any more of such rubbish as trusting a killer, can you, your boldness? No matter what you say, I will continue to believe. I don't give up that easily, you know. Dullard, you don't know when to give up, do you? Very well, I shall give you a chance to prove just how determined you are. Witness, spare no quarter and lay the full truth on them. Oh, ho, ho! But of course, this is what I do after all.
Prosecute Blackwell, what will you have the witness testify about?
I shall have her testify about what she saw and what she heard about. What she heard?
Very well, Mr. Plume, please tell the court what you saw and what you heard.
What I saw and what I heard. The killer whale's behavior was exactly the same as a year ago. As I approached the pool, the killer whale suddenly started singing. I was calm when I saw it start to headbutt. But then the pirate and the victim came floating up. I let out a scream.
So the orca displayed the same behavior as during the incident a year ago.
That's right. Those weren't just simple cries. It was singing. As I approached the pool, the killer whale suddenly started singing. It kept headbutting while it sang the swashbuckler spectacular song. That's right. It was singing the same song it sang in the aquarium stage show back then. It was singing while it was headbutting. Oh, it was perfectly horrible. I don't see a single obvious inconsistency in that testimony. It's clear I won't be able to take apart her statement with evidence alone. Mr. Wright, now would be a good time for me to put my skills to work. It's time to show what analytical psychology can really do. You seem pretty confident. Let me guess, you noticed a contradiction between the testimony and her emotions? You bet I did, and once we expose it, we might be able to crack her. No, scratch that, make it, we'll definitely be able to. Then let's give your knowledge of analytical psychology a try. You got it, boss. A complete analysis of Mr. Plume's heart coming right up. Yeah, I love how basically they give a full-on exposition about Simon, and basically of how, oh, he's the twisted samurai who uses analytical psychology, and they tell you about investigating, yet they don't give you a tutorial on the mood matrix. I guess they just banked on you playing the first case. Yeah, basically we can go for either emotion. Basically, I was calm when I saw it start to headbutt. Yes, that is the complete picture of calm.
Got it!
Mr. Plume, Orla really frightened you with her headbutting, didn't she? Don't be absurd. I certainly was not frightened by the likes of any killer whale. It must have been something else that startled her then, boss. However, I do remember being very afraid for some reason while I was doing that. It sounds like maybe you saw something we haven't discussed yet. Take your time and try to remember what it was. What did you see? This is practically turning into a counseling session. I saw something. Oh, I remember now. Okay, good. Now, if you could please tell the court what you saw. I saw bright red blood. The killer whale ran and caused the victim to bleed. That was a great cloud of blood. What? Yes, that's it. That's why I was so sure. That's why I saw that killer whale had killed a person for a second time. Okay. I think the disease is going for me not breathing. Okay, take some deep breaths. Okay.
Well, that was quite a very compelling statement indeed. Looking at this again, there does appear to be something that could be a cloud of blood.
So her terror was a reaction to blood, was it? That would certainly explain what happened yesterday. Please, take a look at this blood-stained coin. Eek! Can you cease and desist at once? What kind of man shows a lady blood? Ugh, she doesn't have to get so worked up. I was badly injured during an interview once. Ever since then, I've been terrified of blood. The very sight of it dreadfully upsets my very delicate sensibilities. This is a bad turn. If Mr. Plume saw blood, then does that make Orla really did attack the victim? It would appear that orcas are even more vicious than I am. So, how does it feel to be thoroughly rammed by your own cross-examination, Wright, Dunu? What do we do now, boss? That testimony was not all what I expected to hear. Wait a minute. There's still some discord left in Mr. Plume's heart. What? You mean there's more? Yes, but there's no telling what it is. It could be something even more damaging. Is there even anything left of our case to damage? Well, whatever it is, we have to face it head on. Athena, do you believe in Orla? You believe in Orla, right? If so, there's no reason for us to shy away from the truth. Yeah, you're right. I know we can handle the truth, whatever it is, so let's delve a little deeper. You got it, boss! Okay. Okay. Yeah, basically the fact that it's less intense than when the rock was being first rammed. When in doubt, go for sadness.
Got it!
Huh? Her fear appears to lessen here at this statement. Mr. Bloom, weren't you afraid when you saw the victim with blood coming out of him? Well, we'll answer that question in the next episode, because I think now would be a good time to end things off. Anyways, I really appreciate that you stuck around to watch this episode. You're a great viewer, and I hope you come back for the next one. If you like this video, like, subscribe, comment, share, do whatever you want. And with that, I'll see you next time. Bye.